Hello, welcome to the Queens of Avalon month 2. This is the month where we dive into embodiment, which is one of my favorite and least favorite parts of this whole process. And by this whole process, I of course mean being a light being in human form, which we all are. We are all beings of light having a human experience. We are all our own sparks of divinity in human form. And as such, we can create anything we desire. And the way that we bring those divine creations into our seeable, touchable reality is, of course, through our bodies. This is our vehicle here. This is how we create what we're desiring to create. And so that's what we're going to dive into this month. And I'm very excited about it. So, welcome. I hope that our kindness month, our self kindness, deep self kindness month served you well. And that is being a practice that you're really grounding into for yourself, because I believe that is the linchpin to all of this work, that deep self-kindness. And so I want you to really hold those, whatever you've learned, whatever you've discovered about yourself, whatever you're putting into a deepening practice, I want you to really hold that as we move through this next piece, because embodiment can be scary for those of us who are deeply sensitive, who have experienced trauma. And of course, that is everybody. Basically, the earth is like a little walking trauma chamber sometimes. And so being embodied, being in a human body, doesn't always feel safe. And so we can avoid it. And that is something that we'll dive into and really play with. So, of course, this is our teaching session or a more talky session, so I'll be saying a lot of things. And then in a couple of weeks, we'll have the channel journey, and there will be more from Mary Magdalene in that one, because of course she's our guide for this month. I'll certainly, check in with her and see what she has to say about this in this session, but this is going to be a bit more of the practical pieces of it. So let's talk about that. How do we embody our higher selves, our divine selves, our wisest self in this human space, in this human body that feels things, that gets triggered, that doesn't want to do, things we're supposed to do, that doesn't enjoy discipline? How do we do that? So actually, it feels like we might want to do a little meditation, a little embodiment meditation to start out, because that I feel will serve us well. So let's do that before we talk about the other pieces of it. So take a moment. You can pause the video and go grab water, get yourself comfortable, whatever you need. But find a comfortable spot for yourself where you feel safe, held, protected, and of course, where nobody's going to bother you for the next little while. And when you're ready, just grow quiet for a moment. And really feel yourself in your body, knowing that it is safe to be here. You are guided, you are protected by hosts of unseen angels, of your guides, your tribe, your animals, whoever is with you on your spirit team. They are taking care of you, they are protecting you, they are with you. And so we are safe to fully land in this human body. So as you begin to deepen your breath, feel your stomach expand with air. Feel your lungs inflate and deflate. Imagine the light of of your oversoul, the light of your higher self, fully coming down into your body, into this human body. Feel the heart of your higher self connecting with the heart of your physical self. And if you ever question if this can be done, if your higher self can really come into your human self so that you can experience both at the same time, you can experience living your human life as your divine self, simply set the intention that it be so. Simply choose that it be so. Because, of course, it is your right as a divine being to choose the circumstances under which you exist, under which you are. And so you can simply ask and choose and declare that your higher self is coming into your human body. You can even ask your higher self for any healing, any guidance you need to assist this intention. So take a moment and connect in with your higher self, asking to your higher self, please be with me now. Please come fully into my body. Or if it's not time for that to happen, please help me heal, clear, release, dissolve, shift, anything that's needed in order to be one with you. To live as you in this human body. There we go. Feels like everybody's higher self has now landed in form. And we're being reminded that we can always return to our bodies simply by noticing how the air feels on our skin, how the ground or the cushion feels as it supports us, how our feet feel on the ground, how our butts feel in our chair, how your hair feels brushing against your back, how your spine feels as you move. How your hands feel as they touch your knees or sit on the arms of the chair. You can notice how warm you feel or how cold you feel. Simply noticing the experience of your physical body and reminding yourself that it's safe to be here. You are protected, you are loved, you are guided. And all of the universe, God, angels, light, it's all here to support you on this human journey. It's all here to cherish you, to help you connect with your soul, with your higher self, with your true being, and live from that place. So as you breathe in and out, know that your journey to embodiment, your journey to being one with your higher self, while still enjoying and experiencing your human self to its fullest potential. It's all unfolding perfectly. Your journey is your own. And you are being guided on the path that's best for you in this moment. So whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and maybe shift a little bit, roll your neck, roll your shoulders, stretch anything that feels a little crunchy, and just feel your body. Feel this human suit that you are wearing. And know that this is your portal here. This is human bodies, human beings. We are portals for the divine. That's what we're doing here. Our heart is a portal. Our crown chakra is a portal. Our energetic field is a portal for that divine energy, that high light and love to come through into this earth that needs that light so very much. For the humans who are maybe less connected with that, who could really benefit from that, the radiant light. So how do we really connect with our physical bodies? So first time I ever had energy healing, I believe it was the first time, pretty sure it was the first time, the woman who was working with me said that she basically had to pull me off of the ceiling by my ankle and like shove me back in my body because I did not want to be here. And one of the things that I found really interesting about that was that I had a lot of difficulty with directions when I was younger. I was a bit clumsy. Like I would run into things. I wouldn't quite notice where walls were or where furniture was. And it's because I wasn't fully in my body. I was like, instead of driving my body like you drive a car, I was like a puppeteer with a little marionette trying to make the marionette do what I wanted it to do. And sometimes the marionette would like bash into a door. And so I use that now as an indication to let me know when I'm not fully in my body. Like if I run into something, it kind of startles me now because it doesn't happen as often. And so I just, will take a moment, take a few deep breaths, remind myself that it's safe to be here, that I am safest here as myself in this body than I am anywhere else. And, maybe I can go and sit underneath a tree or put my feet in the grass. Nature, being in nature will also help you connect with your body, will help you come back in because Mother Earth is so supportive of us and such a grounding force for us that anything you can do in nature, even if it's just to step out into the sun for a moment or two, will really help you feel that embodiment. So, so there are many things that we can do. Ultimately, the most powerful thing you can do is just set the intention to be fully in your body. Just choose, I choose to be safe in my body. I choose to be fully present in my body. I choose to allow my divine light to flow through my body in a way that's in the highest good for me and for all. And so beyond that, we can really play with the things that bring us in, the things that are fun for our bodies to do. And that can be eating. I'm pretty sure I was lured back to this reality by donuts. And so, even though sugar and me don't really interact super well, I will let myself have donuts every so often because, it is actually a good way to come back into the body, is to eat the foods that you crave. I think that we can really trust our bodies and trust what we desire to eat. Some days I'll really want meat and potatoes. When I was doing a lot more channeling than I'm doing now, I would really need to, I would do a channeled session. I would do one of my activate sessions and I'd be channeling for half an hour and then I'd be channeling on questions for quite a while after that. And after I was done, I would have to go and have a hamburger and french fries. And that was a way of grounding into my body. And, and different people, different healers have different thoughts on this. And so, of course, as always, take only the pieces that I say and channel that work for you, that resonate with you, obviously. It wasn't really obvious to me, which is why I tend to try to say that as often as possible for other people, just in case. But I do believe that food can be a really beautiful way to come back into our bodies and to enjoy the experience of being human, if you like food. I assume you do if you're here. um, so, eating something that sounds really delicious, moving your body in a way that feels really good. I'm not a huge advocate of exercise for exercise's sake. I want you to do the movement that draws you in that moment, the movement that sounds fun in that moment. Some days I'll really want to take a hot yoga class. Some days I'll really want to take a dance class. Some days I'll just want to go for a walk. Some days I'll just want to do like 10 minutes of stretching on the floor while I'm watching a movie. So moving your body though is good. It's one of the best ways we can embody, really come in is through exercise, is through motion and movement and sweating and endorphins and really just moving, keeping this human vehicle loose and limber and feeling good. Because of course, if we're in pain, if we're not feeling good, we want to be here even less. And so people with chronic pain, people with health issues will definitely want to jump out. And so, if you are having more issues of that nature, let's see, what does Mary Magdalene have to say about that? She's saying, remember that pain, oh, this is interesting, and with the caveat that pain is valid, if you've been suffering or experiencing pain, this is in no way meant to diminish that experience. But she's reminding us that pain is a judgment, that physical sensation is simply the motion of energy through your body. And sometimes we label it in our body as good because it feels good. Sometimes we label it as bad because it feels bad. And so the invitation here is not to discount your pain or to think that I should be able to think my way out of this, or I shouldn't, I don't need to be feeling this way. It's more an invitation to, if say you have a headache, to feel the headache as a pulsing sensation, and rather than judging it as painful or good or bad, just notice the energy that's moving through you. And from that place, you can ask your higher self or your guides if there's something that's clearing, if I'm receiving a download, if something's happening that needs to be happening, can we lessen the symptoms, please? Can we lessen the pain, please? Can we clear the pain completely, please? Can we shift me into a new and more pleasant experience, please? And that can be very powerful. That can help. So that's an invitation to begin shifting your reality, quantum shifting any experiences you're having, whether it's painful physically or painful emotionally, because of course emotional pain is another place where we can just go boom, bye-bye. So emotional pain, bringing in that gentle observance, that gentle acceptance of, okay, I feel deeply sad right now. That's okay. That's just my experience in this moment. And I can feel the vibration of that. I can feel the sensation of that feeling and just allow it to move through my being as an energy rather than as a really sticky experience that I need to heal and clear and futz with. So I'm just checking in with Mary Magdalene. What else do you have for us around the idea of embodiment? She's echoing the idea that physical exercise is a glorious way to really fully come into your body. Many of the most powerful creators and manifestors that I personally know of or know are, very devoted to working out on a daily, regular basis. And then I also know some very powerful creators, powerful manifestors who don't do that at all. So while this idea of embodiment can really serve the creative process, don't allow yourself to be sidetracked by, oh, I can't create my thing until I've created a regular exercise practice, until I'm working out every day for an hour. I can't do this thing. Of course not. That is not at all how it works. The physicality of it, this can help, because physical movement, it clears out toxins, it clears out energy. We can move. If you've ever been in a yoga class and something really hurts, or you find yourself crying for no reason, it's because you maybe unlocked something that you stored from when you were 10 years old in your hip, and you just moved through it. The exercise just moved it out of your body, and you experienced a brief shadow of it again. But that's what exercise does. It keeps the channel clear. It keeps our vibration high. It does really wonderful things for our physical bodies. So that's my little soapbox about exercise. And I'm saying all of this as someone who has really struggled to have a regular exercise practice. Sometimes I'm really good with it. Sometimes I am not at all good with it. And this is where knowing ourselves and knowing how we best operate in this area, in all areas, can be really, really helpful. For me, I need to belong to a gym of some kind. Like, I need to either have dance classes that are set up that I go to, a couple times a week, or right now I have a, monthly pass to the yoga studio near my house, the hot yoga studio near my house. And so I can go every day if I want. And that is really helpful for me, because I will tell myself until the cows come home that I'll work out by myself. I'll go running. I don't need something like that, but I do. I need to either be training for a race of some kind. Otherwise, I won't go running. Of course, I won't go running. Or I need to belong to something that is exercise that I really enjoy and can just go whenever I want. That's what works for me personally, and something else might work really beautifully for you. It's simply about finding that and being really devoted to taking care of this thing, to taking care of the body, like the way a man with a beautiful vintage Porsche would spend every Saturday morning buffing it with a cloth diaper, It's taking care of the vehicle. So it really helps the embodiment piece. What else? Okay, energetic management, energetic hygiene. I feel like everybody who watches this will know quite a bit about this, will have a lot of ways that they do this for themselves already. So let me just check in with Mary Magdalene. Let's see what would be the best thing to say here. What would be the most helpful for those watching this? Okay, the violet flame. Saint Germain and his violet flame. The violet flame is a very cleansing, clearing energy. It will clear anything from our energetic bodies that does not belong to us. It's deeply healing. It's deeply soothing. It's something that I use a lot. And all you need to do is just visualize that purple flame, that purple light moving through you and moving with you. And you can also call in Saint Germain and ask him for a clearing, for a healing. Dear Saint Germain, please clear anything that does not serve me, that does not belong to me. Anything you see that I need, thank you very much. And so the violet flame is a really beautiful way to come back to ourselves, come back to our own energy, to clear anything that isn't serving us, so that we can return to our own tone, to our own space. So that's a beautiful one. Another really lovely one that I've been using a lot. Again, I used this maybe 10 years ago, and then it kind of popped back into my awareness, and it's a really nice one. This is actually from, I believe, Carolyn Meese. She does a lot of beautiful energetic work. I read one of her books many, many years ago, and it described imagining light moving around your body, around your aura, 3 times clockwise, 3 times counterclockwise, 3 times this way, 3 times the other way, and then 3 times like a fountain coming up from the bottoms of your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. And that is a really beautiful way to clear any cords, clear any energy that doesn't belong to you, clear any emotions, thoughts, things that don't serve you, don't belong in your field. Because of course, again, we are less inclined to be fully present here if we're feeling like we're just marinating in other people's stuff. So being really clear about keeping our energetic space our own can be so powerful, and it's something as a sensitive human empath I have to do every day, and I notice it when I don't. I think I've brought this up before, but if I haven't, or even if I have, another repetition, never hurt anybody. One of the most powerful things we can do is before we go to sleep each night is ask for healing. Ask your higher self to heal any part of you, any part of your emotions, your physical experience, your energetic experience that needs it to heal it as you sleep. And if you have specific requests, you can make them. You know, maybe you would like guidance about a certain thing. Maybe you are wanting downloads or energetic upgrades or cellular upgrades or DNA upgrades, whatever it is that you're working with, playing with, desiring. Ask your higher self, your guides, your angels, God, universe, any whatever works for you. I tend to ask all of it because I like to cover my bases. Before you go to sleep, ask for that work to be done as you rest, because when we are resting, that is when our higher selves and our guides can really get up in there and help us out with a lot of different things. So you can really just ask for whatever it is you need, whatever it is you're desiring. Ask for guidance, ask for downloads, ask for it to be done. And that is a really beautiful way to accelerate your work and to accelerate what you're creating here and your embodiment on this planet. And I'm realizing that my computer is about to die because I did not charge it up accurately. So hold on, please. I'm going to see if I can stretch my cord. There we go. That will stave off any disasters. Okay, so what deeper information do we need about embodiment? Okay, so there are codes involving your own personal experience of embodiment that your higher self has for you. My higher self has some for me, your higher self has some for you. This is simply the next phase of information, the next phase of healing, the next phase of whatever it is that we need to receive in order to, take our next step. So let's just take a moment to receive these codes, knowing that your higher self is right here with you and is now ready to download those codes into your being, into your energy, into your system. So you may be feeling something energetically, you may be receiving information, you may not be really experiencing anything. Either way, it's perfect. Just know that these codes are being downloaded now, are being received now. They're light codes. Okay, it feels like the sun is going to be helpful with this. So if you would like to accelerate your experience of these codes, or really just, anchor them in, spend some time in the sunlight. I realize it's winter and sunlight might not be readily available. But next time there's some sunlight, take a moment and just bask in it. Just allow it to work with your energy. The sun has very powerful codes for us. And you can also just work with the energy of the sun. Even if the sun isn't fully accessible right now, you can ask the energy of the sun to come in and move with you, because even if it's cloudy, of course, we're still receiving light, we're still receiving sun. It just maybe doesn't feel as good or look as pretty. So the sun is always here for us, even if it's nighttime. Um, okay, so it feels like these codes need just another moment. So this is light language. These are light codes. And they're upgrading our physical bodies and our energetic bodies so that our higher self can more fully inhabit this human experience. Well, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is going to keep working with us. For some of you, it might be working with you for the rest of the day. So just take it easy, drink water, do whatever you need to do whatever feels guided. If you feel like you might need to go to sleep a little earlier, please do. If you feel like you start receiving information and want to write it down, write it down. If you feel like you want to take a shower, take a shower. Just kind of listen to what your body really is requesting of you. And of course, that's another beautiful way to really be embodied, is to listen to the body. And, if you want to eat something, eat something. If you want to go to sleep, go to sleep. If you feel like your body's saying no to something, allow it to say no and help it hold those boundaries. Just really listening to what the body needs and giving it what it needs is so, so powerful, and it's very healing and nourishing, especially for women. It's very nourishing to give our bodies what they need, because we've been trained to not listen to ourselves, not believe ourselves, or not give ourselves what we need. So it's so nourishing and so empowering to simply give your body what it's asking for, what it needs. And if you feel like your body is asking for ice cream and you're not sure if ice cream is the best choice for you, just take a moment and feel into it. A few ways that this can be done is, okay, ice cream, no ice cream, and just let your body sort of tell you. It's like, oh, okay, no, ice cream does feel like a good idea. Or, oh, no, I think ice cream probably isn't the best choice right now. You can also, that's sort of like some body testing. You can also see how it feels in your body. When you think about eating the ice cream, do you feel heavier or do you feel more expansive, more open? When we feel more expansive, more open, that's our body signaling us, that's our soul signaling us that this is a good direction in which to move. So that doesn't just work on ice cream. That works on many, many, many decisions that we have to make in life. So I'm gonna have some water because I have been talking a lot for 33 minutes. So my body wanted water. Hydration, by the way, is another key element, especially when you are moving a lot of energy, when you have a lot of emotions, when you have a lot of sensitivity. Chugging this stuff, you have to go to the bathroom a lot, and that can get awkward and annoying. But water is one of the highest vibe, is the highest vibe element on the planet. It's not an element, you know what I mean. It's the highest vibe substance on the planet. And so that's why it feels so good to take a bath or to take a shower or to, dive into a lake. It feels deeply cleansing because this is such a high vibration substance. And so drinking it when you're in a lot of emotion, water will help you move that emotion out. When you're moving a lot of energy, water will help keep the flow clear. So this is my plug for hydration. And often when so many people are dehydrated, and when we're dehydrated, we are cranky, we can get headaches, there are actually a lot of things that could be solved by a few glasses of water, which is why, the adage of take care of yourself like you would a toddler, when you're cranky or having a rough time, okay, am I tired? Am I hungry? Am I thirsty? Do I need to play with crayons? What do I need here? How do I need to care for myself? How do I need to care for my body? This body that I have been entrusted with. Another really beautiful thing to do for our bodies, for our embodiment, is to thank our bodies. Thank you. Especially the parts of ourselves that we don't really love because maybe society has taught us that our thighs are too big. Thanks, society. Uh, so one of the things I like to do is just to really be grateful for my thighs because they're so strong. They've taken me so many places. And they've stored a lot of grief for me, and that probably wasn't fun. Thank you, thighs. You can now release that grief. You can let that go now. So really loving our bodies, thanking our bodies, thanking our fingers for doing so many tasks for us. Thanking our arms for lifting things for us, thanking our feet for carrying us around. And just, taking some time to love our bodies the way we would love, a beloved pet or a beloved family member or a beloved friend or a beloved book, just really appreciating and loving your body for what it is, for exactly how it is in this moment. Not needing to change anything about it, not wanting to change anything about it, just loving it exactly as it is. Thank you, buddy. And then as a bonus, giving yourself a little self-massage. Digging into those muscles that can get really tight back there, or giving yourself a little foot massage, or especially the parts that you don't like, giving it some actual tactile love is so powerful. And it really helps a lot with the embodiment, actually, because it's pleasurable, it feels good, it really brings us into ourselves. It brings us into this experience, and it reminds us this experience can be good, can be pleasurable. And there are lots of ways to kind of work with our muscles. One of the things I used to do is I had these little squishy plastic balls. You even use a tennis ball, and I would use it to to get into the muscles that I couldn't reach. Like the backs of the thighs that can get really tight, and just rolling them out, giving those muscles that relief. That's really beautiful embodiment work, and that really supports us with writing work we want to do, creative work we want to do, building businesses or doing healings, or whatever it is we're doing with ourselves, whatever it is we're wanting to create. Really working with our muscles, working with the actual musculature of our body, whether it's getting a massage from somebody else or just working with it on your own, is very powerful. How is that powerful? I feel like there's more that we could say about that. I'm just asking Mary Magdalene if she's got anything else on that for us. Okay, I'm getting something about energetic movement, the movement of blood, the releasing of the muscles. Okay, so it's basically bringing our bodies, it's like fine-tuning our bodies when we give it that attention, that support, that love. We're fine-tuning our instruments. So again, with the car, the car analogy, cars run better when you give them oil changes. Cars run better when you take really good care of them. Your enjoyment of the car is greater when you take really beautiful care of it. And it's the same with our bodies. And so that loving, that squeezing, that muscle digging in a way that feels supportive, it fine-tunes us, it fine-tunes the channel, it releases, old emotion that's been stored, as we've discussed. It just keeps everything working in a really beautiful way. I feel like she had something more profound to say that I maybe didn't translate terribly well, but I'll trust that will come through if it's meant to. What else? What else? there are so many different tools that can support us. Like say flower essences. I love working with flower essences, and there are a couple of really wonderful places you can get them online. I have a bunch from Delta Gardens right now. There's a place called Green Hope Essences that was highly recommended to me by a practitioner, a woman who works with flower essences. Flower essences work with our energetic bodies in a way that can help us really fully ground here, fully be embodied here. And these essences can work with so many different issues, emotional issues, physical issues. They work with our energy bodies. They interact with our energy bodies and can really heal us. Plant medicine is so powerful. So if you feel called to flower essences, take a look at some of the websites and just see what calls to you, see what pings you, resonates with you, and maybe give it a try. I just ordered some tree peony for abundance from Green Hope, and one called Beautiful Skin, which is supposed to be amazing for the skin. So I'm excited about that. Actually, playing with beauty can be a really empowering, magical thing. Not for everybody. It's, if it resonates with you, wonderful. If not, it's not like you need to start doing your hair and wearing makeup if that doesn't sound like fun to you. But it can be really a powerful way for us to feel seen, to play with the beauty of our physical bodies, the beauty of this earth. One of the things that I've noticed and that I'm not employing right now is that when I get manicures, my work goes better. Like I write better. I'll have more people, I'll draw more people in somehow. It's almost like my nails are magnetic when they're polished. And it doesn't make any sense to me, but I've noticed it over and over and over again in a way that really is rather unmistakable, which is, again, not to say that you have to go out and polish your nails if you don't want to, but playing with beauty can be deeply powerful. Like a lot of people get tattoos because it helps them feel more at home in their bodies, because they're these angelic beings, these fairy beings who are in these kind of weird human bodies and they don't feel right. So it's like putting up wallpaper that they love. And I've never been a tattoo person, but that answer kind of resonated with me because it's a way of making this space our own when you don't feel fully at home as a human being. Tools. I was talking about tools. Okay, so flower essences, essential oils, body work like massage or intuitive body work, or craniosacral therapy, or network chiropractic. All of these things can really help our nervous system, can help us just feel safer here, feel safer in our own bodies. And while I adore working with other practitioners and playing with everything I can ever get my hands on or that feels guided to me, we also don't need to go out and do a whole bunch of things. I'm doing acupuncture now, which is being so much fun, even though the needles sometimes really just tweak me out. But so if it feels good to really do that, go for it. If not, we can do it for ourselves, which of course is not to say that we have to do everything for ourselves or that we're not meant to be supported. But I guess the best example I have for this is I was feeling like I needed some NLP work on neuro-linguistic programming. And the coach I'd worked with on this a few years back, who's wonderful, isn't available right now. And so I was like, okay, so how can I do this? And Jesus, one of my favorite guides, stepped in, was like, hey, I know NLP like nobody's business. I can do this with you. So I started working with Jesus as my guide to work with my brain and to do some reprogramming for me. And so I'll just go in every couple of days and ask him to give me a session and to work with me on creating some new pathways. to help me shift out of this sadness habit that I've gotten into and into a habit of joy, a habit of gratitude, a habit of delight, like to recreate those neural pathways so that I can begin having that experience in, a more regular way. And so if there's something you feel like you want or need, but it doesn't feel right to go to someone else for it, ask your guides, ask your higher self, and they'll guide you. They might be able to do it for you or help you find a way that really works for you in your circumstances. So I think to take out of that, follow your intuition. If you feel guided to another practitioner to help you with something, whether it's, massage or any kind of energetic work, great. If that doesn't feel right, your higher self can help you with it, can do it for you even. So that's nice. Guides are great. Okay, so we've talked a lot about coming into the body, and the reason that this is so important for us is because we're here to have a human experience, like it or not. In many ways, I don't like it very much at all. Like, I was not interested in coming, but here I am, and so I would like to enjoy it as much as possible. And so this is about really enjoying our human experience, feeling supported in our human body. And when we do feel supported and nourished and taken care of and safe here in our bodies, that's when we can really begin to create, whether it's it's creative work, a business, a life, traveling, anything that you want to create, any experience you want to create is going to come through you so much more easily if you're embodied, if you're feeling supported in your body, because you'll be able to hear the guidance, you'll have the energy to follow the guidance, you'll have the inspiration and the excitement about taking the steps that are needed, the human steps that are needed in order to bring this creation that you've created in the ether into your reality. So this is why we want to really nourish ourselves and do these high vibe activities, whatever they are for you. And I know I've listed a lot of things, but always listen to your own intuition. You can even do a journaling session with yourself, maybe asking your higher self, okay, what do I need now? What would support me most now in the evolution of my life, my soul's path, with a specific thing that you might want. Ask and be open to hearing the guidance either in that journaling session or later, sometimes it comes in later. So this is really how we begin to express ourselves as the divine beings that we are, by taking deep, tender, wonderful, beautiful care of our human selves and knowing that, yes, you are safe here. Yes, you are grounded here. Yes, you are taken care of here. Yes, you are loved here. Yes, your guides and your angels are here and helping you and supporting you. And there's always, the universe is always conspiring to bring you what you want, to bring you support, to bring you love, to bring you resources, to bring you inspiration, ideas, to help you really, because of course the universe wants nothing more than for you to live out your soul's blueprint, for you to live out your own divine plan, live out the plan that you planned for yourself before you came into this body. And now that you're here, it's time to, to create it. And so supporting your body and being allowing yourself to be in your body is one of the best and easiest ways that we can do that. Of course, we can create from any state, but the embodied, feeling good, feeling happy, feeling supported space is going to bring in some really wonderful, magical creations that will feel easy, will feel fun, will just feel so rewarding and fulfilling. And so that's why we want to drink water and exercise in a way that's fun for us. Supplements too. I just started doing supplements. I take vitamin C and vitamin B every day. I take magnesium every day, and there are some good supplements for mood if your mood can be a little wiggy like mine. L-theanine is good. SAMe, SAM-E is really good. 5-HTP is really good. So, if you want some support on supplements, you can talk to an intuitive nutritionist, medical intuitive. You can, just sort of feel in. You can ask your higher self, what do I need? What supplements would be good? Or just, go to the supplement store and see which ones you're drawn to, or, talk to someone who has some knowledge about that. Because we want to be nourished and supported. And I didn't mean to end this on supplements. But just trying to think if there are any other tools that would really help support our health and embodiment here. Let me see what Mary Magdalene has to say. Do you have any final words for us in this section of this work? What do people need to hear? Okay, she's saying you are here to feel good. You are here to feel supported. You are here to have fun in your body and to feel like your body can do whatever it is that you want it to do. And so if you feel like that's not possible for any reason, for health reasons, for age reasons, for, you're too stiff in your joints reasons, open up to the idea that that does not have to be reality for you. That does not have to be the truth for you. And if there was another way, then whatever limitation has shown up for you, if there were more options, if there was more possibility, more expansion, what would that look like? Dear higher self, what would it look like if age didn't have to slow me down? If my hip flexors didn't have to slow me down as they did this week, which was really annoying. Dear higher self, how would it feel to open out of these limitations and to experience the highest possibilities of this human body? Dear higher self, what would that look like? Show me the way. And your higher self will work with you. And just trust that as you ask, the answers are here for you and they will show up in the way that they need to. So just keep listening and see what shows up for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope that you are excited about exploring some new ways to feel really good in your body and feel really supported in your body. And, if you have any questions, you can let me know and we can play with those later. So lots of love and enjoy playing with your embodiment this month. And I'm really excited about our channel Journey with Mary Magdalene coming up soon. Okay, lots of love. Mwah.